Welcome to the Out There channel, a live stream 184. I'll just cue the intro and do some checks and I'll be with you in a minute. Hello. Good to be back for another live stream. Let's see how this one goes. There was a few technical glitches there. Okay, just pause the intro. Hopefully it's sounding alright. Hello Renee, how's it going? Yeah, I had to reload the chat, so that's why we got that reorder there. That's a nuisance. It says it's going live, and then it doesn't update the screen on the admin panel. But you have to reload the browser, and it corrects it. It's a minor bug we can put up with. I don't think they'll ever solve it. Let's see. It could be to do with Brave's shield. I see it's enabled it again here, so that might be the problem. I have to remember to untick that later. But it seems to be alright, doesn't it? Okay. Audio alright. So yeah, if anyone wants to come on and chat today, I can send you the link to join me. Probably going to start talking about some paranormal stuff that's been happening to me in the past week. It's kind of strange, but it's happened before. And I've got some images here. Well, I tried to, I've been putting, I'll explain it all in a minute, but I've been trying to capture evidence of it, but it's very elusive to get it on film. So I posted on socials if you're a member of Discord, and hey, how's it going? Hopefully I sound alright to you guys. The way I hear it is different to what Google records, unfortunately. So it could be too loud, too quiet, let me know, or it makes clicking sounds. It's a bit hard to check it on your own machine. So yeah, I wrote down my experience with the thoughts I had at the night here. and it's probably got a few typos and whatnot, but I won't go through it and read it out. So, man, I had something happen last night. As drifting off to sleep, I think it was about 4:30 a.m, because I'm always a night owl. Scared the F out of me, but wasn't alien. Because I remember that strange alien realistic dream I had. I've never had it before, but I've had paranormal experiences before, which doesn't scare me, but that night it did, because it was so, seemed so aggressive this time. It seemed to be bouncing the mattress up. So what happened was, I couldn't see, I felt something jump up on the end of the bed. So I grabbed the touch lamp, which is reach, put your arm out to the side, to see, but nothing there. But again, I could feel weight and see two round footprints on the quilt on the bed, because it was nice and wasn't screwed up like it normally is. I had it nicely spread out. And I was just, my legs were either side of where this thing was standing. Unfortunately, I didn't have a phone in reach to be able to not scare it off or whatever, and film it. So I would have had some physical evidence where you could see the imprints on the bed. It's the best one I had so far too. So I grabbed the touch lamp, but nothing there. But again, I could feel weight. And two round small footprints on the quilt, and I kicked the quilt up, but the holes would form again. So if you could imagine kicking your feet up either side where it is, just to see if it's your imagination or not, then it would come down and you could see the two holes form in the same places, which is a bit weird for a feather quilt, because if you kick it up, you move the inners around a wee bit. But I could still feel the weight there. Whereabouts did I get to? Same spot. And then I grabbed my laser grid pen. So I bought one of these cheap laser grid pens. They're only like $5, $10. But in New Zealand, we're only allowed 1 watt lasers, so we can't go over that because it's against the law now. 1 watt gets you, if it's a decent one, get you up to 400, 500 meters. Obviously, it's not really good for using a scope on a gun. Then I grabbed my laser grid pen to see if it would bounce off anything. So I waved this thing around, and I couldn't see anything deforming in the light beam, which is kind of interesting. And then I shined it at the holes in the bed as well, and this simply looked normal, But it's a shame I didn't have a video of it, and that didn't reveal anything. I wanted to grab the phone, but I know it was too far out of reach, and what I was seeing would vanish as soon as you move too much, of course. I think they know if you're going to film them, so I couldn't document it for all to see. The impressions what do I say here? Holes were either. Okay, let's go to the next screen. It's amazing how some things fade from your memory at the time, so that's why you should document it. All to see the impressions. Holes were either a small foot or a hoof. Yeah, so it was obviously two-legged. It was probably smaller than my hand. I thought maybe could it be an animal, like a cat, but I'm in a sealed room. I don't have a window open, and the door is shut, so there shouldn't be anything in here with me. And we don't have a cat, of course. So I was just thinking, could it be like a ghost animal? But when I told Il from MUFON, we had him on last Sunday, he said feeling something walking across the bed is typical of abductees or contactees before they get abducted. I thought, well, that's great. Anyway, so I probably will have to invest in a night vision camera to be able to document this if it happens again. I've had it happen probably 3 times now in 2 years. You don't know when it's going to happen. It's random. Yes, it's not predictable whatsoever. But if you saw me, I put some videos up the day after where my LED lights simply started playing up. So I'll show you that in a minute. You think mind playing tricks is the first thing you think about, that you wake. Well, I was just drifting off to sleep, so I wasn't actually waking up this time, which was good because you're. It's very hard for me to turn off the brain. I don't know if you guys have that problem sometimes. And then some nights I just don't sleep very well, but this night I was like still wide awake. So I said to this thing to F off, and it seemed to quieten down, and I didn't feel the weight anymore. But it actually, what scared me is it actually took a step forward, and it was like closer to me by another foot or so. And you could see the hole vanish where the other one was and step in front. It's just a shame I just couldn't get it on camera to show you guys. Would have been some good evidence. So what are we saying down inside here? But hard to stay calm and think rational while that was happening. Yeah, we had a guy on probably, I don't know, about 50 live streams back called Jinso Cash. If you've not seen it, he tells a story of his paranormal stuff that's happening and seeing shadow people. It's very interesting, but he said he doesn't like to come on lives to talk about it because he thinks they will punish him by not showing themselves anymore to him. He reckons the more you talk about it, the less they will show themselves. I don't know why he thinks that, because we can't get him on live to discuss these ideas of his. But I've never had a problem. This stuff's been going on for years, probably since the 90s. And I think it followed me from the old house, where we used to rent out the top of the house, and we had a guy that killed himself, not in the house itself, but apparently he told his mother he liked staying with on our property and liked us and was happy there. But he owned a car grooming business, and he gassed himself in the car. He was in and out of mental hospitals all his life. But yeah, he's a big heavy weed smoker. So I don't know if that would have amped it up for him. Hello, would like a pro to debunk my 3 experiences on these things happened. I know I once saw. Yeah, you probably have to post links on my Discord group if you want to have stuff looked at. Because you can't post links here unless I make you a moderator. But yeah. So I do debunk stuff, I do analyze stuff because I seek the truth, because I have these experiences, and as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of junk out there that's being promoted, and it needs to be gone so we can focus on the real stuff. I'm not sure if you're big fans of paranormal. Sometimes UFO people like paranormal too, or they see a connection between the both. And that's what ERT, the Experiences Research Team, do look into, right? So they're trying to find patterns. The Discord group. Are you seeing shadows? Cool. I don't think I've ever seen shadows, but I think I see shadows, and I look for, you know how you have LED lights on various things in the room that's on standby. It's normally enough light to see if something walks in front, so that never happens. I had a lady that didn't know me. She was a new neighbour of mine. Had evil spirit follow me. Would you want to come on and talk about it, maybe? Sure people will be interested in hear what you have to say. I've got I'll probably open it up after I finish off this wee bit here. I think that's pretty much it. I've pretty much covered it, I think. So, for money to buy tech, yes, so tech's not cheap. All the cheap stuff is not really good. But I want to get one of those Zero Loom, pretty much. Sony sensor, night vision, home security cameras probably would be able to capture something. Might figure it out. It happens really. So I've got a episode that I talk about my past stuff, if you've not seen it. And I took it with Il from MUFON about a year ago, called Spooky Il, and he talks about his girlfriend's shadow people and the picture on the wall moving all around onto the table of the flat, or apartment as they call it over there. How do I search again? So if you type in spooky, this one here, where I talk about it and show the house that I was in. So, spooky past. Seen it under street lamps, it's outside and inside. Yeah, I've had an experience where I was walking the dog and coming to the house one night, and we're kind of like 100 meters away, so it wouldn't trigger the security lights. But something that night turned on the security lights. Sometimes it's a tree breeze and all that. But in this instance, I actually saw a dark figure walking up the driveway to the house. And the sensor lights turned on, and I thought, someone's from inside the house, family member, has come out. So I asked everybody, was anyone just out the front door there, because the lights are on, and they said no. So then I thought maybe it was a prowler, but I had a good look around, couldn't see anything or hear anything out there. But I could have sworn it was something walking up the drive. But it was probably the time when we had some relatives die soon after, so it's kind of weird. I don't know if there's a connection there or not. Where's Rob? I don't know. Sleeping, I guess. I didn't sleep very well last night myself. We're starting to get the heat here now, finally. So it was quite a warm night. Hot air from Australia, finally, again. But, yeah, I couldn't turn off my brain last night. But I probably got a couple of hours sleep. My wife is sleeping beside me right now. I've not really spoken about it much. Okay, well, join the Discord group, and you can talk on there. We've got voice rooms set up to the live stream. You can find it in the banner page here. At the top. Up here, and just click on that one there. First icon after the merchandise. I call it UFO wear. I don't even know if that's working still. I keep mucking around with it. Oh yeah, it's still coming up. We put various designs up there. That one's done by Earl here. He wanted his own design for a t-shirt and he still hasn't bought anything. But I stuck the Men in Black logo down the bottom there too. We got ones now with designs back and front, which I haven't got any myself, but I might get a hoodie myself. And it's got a patch on the back that we made, me and John, when he was on with me trying to figure it out. It turns out the sleeve you had to use something totally different called a raster graphic. But yeah, so we got a lot of designs here from Tshirt. Can't remember his business name, but he did some art for us. And I sort of modified some of them. Plus, you got some more early stuff here. Security's famous cube UFO. Want to believe, but I don't want to be suckered. You can actually get helium balloons that actually look like cubes. But this one's not one of them. It's too sharp of a corner. It has like rounded corners on it. But you can experts looked at the images and said they were photoshopped anyway. Yeah, so if you join Discord, you can come and chat to us when we're not live as well. And you can post links there and images. So what's you guys saying down the side? Thanks for coming along anyway, guys, and just chatting and telling us some of your stuff down the side. And liking, of course. I think that was Renee that did a tick. My comments coming up on your end. Yes, they are coming up. Coming up in the side chat. Yes, your comments are coming up. Yep. Yeah, John's answered you. So, yeah, it's not too much to explain there, apart from I did try and document stuff that happened since. Plus, there was another time when it jumped on the bed, and it wasn't very good this time. The quilt wasn't nice and flat like it was when I first had the experience early in the week, but it happened again. And this time I videoed it, but I haven't uploaded the video because I didn't think it was very good. Not good enough evidence. So I'm a bit fussy like that. But here's the one with the light. So this was 12 hours after the experience I had. And I was just wondering why I get so many tech problems in the house. And so I put up this video here. Let's see what play.
I actually had it set to gallery mode, not camera mode. There you go.
What's Google done?
I wonder if it'll stay on.
Has Google changed something again? Look, something crazy with the width. That's pretty bad. Okay, it puts auto thing on again. That annoys me. I want to shoot Google. Fix that problem. Get rid of that autoplay. Okay, so yeah, I got quite a lot of junk in the house here. Stuff I'll probably throw away eventually, but I've got these old spinning round disco lights with the old 6 watts spotlights. They cost like $15 each. They're quite expensive and they blow quite easily, but they get quite warm, so when they're all going it's like 300 watts of heat coming off it and light. But you can see here I got my touch lamp behind me, so I'm casting a shadow as I'm trying to document the light not working here. It's on like a mini tripod like you get for a camera. So it shines up the disco lights to the ceiling, rather than them screwing into the roof and shining downwards. So it makes a bit more interesting pattern. But it's got a mode there where it turns into a regular LED light bulb. So it's got a row of LEDs. I can't remember how it was designed now. It's got a row of LEDs, probably about 8, that goes around the outside. They're quite bright, and it gives you 8 watts of LED light, which is equivalent to probably 100 watts regular bulb. And in the middle, it's got a thing that rotates around like a what do you call it? Star formation pattern. And it's got 3 coloured LED lights in the middle there that come on and shine red, blue, and green, and it forms a pattern on the ceiling. So it's like a combination light you can put in your house, which I've got a video demonstrating it in the lounge, somewhere in the list there, a couple of months ago now. So yeah, this light wasn't working, so I thought I'd film it and talk about it, and then it decided to turn on. So just to document things on a day-to-day basis of anything that happens, so I can go back and see if there's any whisperers or EVPs or whatever.
After the experience I had last night, is extremely strange, to say the least. But not only that, I'm sure I just turned off this phone earlier to find it's turned on, and actually on the camera app, which I wasn't using at the time. I actually had it set to gallery mode, not camera mode. There you go. I wonder if it'll stay on. It's really weird. I get a lot of faulty tech around here, more than usual. So yeah,
foggy tech, faulty tech.
Something almost. I just wonder if someone actually had something's turned on the phone, had it on camera.
So what
ready
also
to go.
was strange is I charged up the phone ready to record things, right, and I stuck it next to the bed, but made sure it was turned off. And so I took out the dog to the park, because this was getting on to evening again. So it was probably 6:30 at night, PM. So it's just going dark. So I come back with the dog from the park and tried to turn on the lights, and it wouldn't turn on. And so I went to go and grab the phone and talked about what was going on, and found it turned on. Not only that, when I, how you swipe it reopens up everything. Well, it was actually on camera. I never had that on camera when I shut it down. So that sort of freaked me out a wee bit. So I thought, oh well, maybe someone's actually created a video while I've been gone for me. You know how you get some of these alien cases, like Stan Romanek, that claims that alien pictures appear on his phone. But I didn't see anything on there, so I started recording. This is what happened. So.
And set up this thing as soon as I got back to the room. It's kind of weird, spooky. Is it gonna die completely? Looks like.
Okay, trust me. I have to go to bed. The time zone difference for me is at bedtime. Yeah, sorry about that. We normally do Saturdays. That's more UK time zone friendly. And today I do my afternoon, which is suits people in America. So whereabouts are you? Right, yeah, I saw something pop up on there. So we can talk to you later, perhaps, and arrange things for you to come on and talk. So that's cool. We are slowly getting new people joining the channel. Everybody seems to be stuck with the big channels out there. But eventually Google might actually start promoting our channel, so more will find us. But we try to do a combination of things. We don't sort of just do video analysis, learning, critical thinking. analyze rubbish that's being put up as UFOs. Because we know that 99% of stuff is always misidentified. It's blurry images that we often get, and probably 25% of the channel's dedicated to looking at that sort of stuff. And the other time we do old UFO cases at the moment. Some of the best ones with Roberts. There's a playlist that I put them in, so you can go in and have a watch of them if you're new to the channel. So yeah, so I'll go up here and grab the remote. There's a remote up here in the corner, because people might think I'm playing around with it for a remote control, but you'll see me grab the remote control and switch between modes on it, and you'll see it won't come on.
I'm going to have to unscrew it and put a regular bulb in it. Now, they're not cheap, these disco lights. Normally it spins around, colour lights on it. I'll see if the light system will turn off and on. I only got one light on at the moment, so the shadow it's not doing anything.
Now, obviously it's going to be faulty technology here,
that works.
rather than paranormal.
It is really strange.
So as you can see, I've just got hold of the remote there and turned on
Could be using the
disco mode, which turns on the other bank of LEDs, and they're working fine.
The white ones won't stay
so from that point onwards there, I would say it's just a dry capacitor on the circuit board that
on a separate circuit.
I think LEDs flicker at 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz, so you don't see it with your eyes flickering.
About a month ago. So
but these ones with the red and the green and blue, sometimes you see it shimmering, the camera image, because it's
93. And the wiring on that is
well, I won't say it's in sync. It's sort of creating a strobe effect with the frame rate of the video that's being recorded, because the video captures at 30 frames a second. So obviously,
but it was a good heat source. You could put it on and it just keep the bedroom.
It's detecting the blinking of the LED, which you don't see with a regular eye.
Temperature. So as soon as I put it on white mode only, it don't work. It works.
So
I suppose I could use it on that mode instead of change it.
I'm switching between normal mode and whatnot there.
Kind of.
But hopefully you could hear me talking over it. Because to me I'm louder than the video, but maybe it doesn't come out on Google that way. But I've got another video here the next day, which is, it starts working again. It works solidly for 5 minutes and then turns off too. Then I realise it has to be a technical problem and not related to the paranormal event I had the night before, or the couple of days before now. That's good, so someone's keen to watch more of us. Okay, well, yeah, I'm just going to document what I can and put it up if I think it's worth talking about. Because Elle said to document everything because it could be related to ET visitations, right? He said when I contacted him that he's had strange stuff happen to him, and he thinks he's being watched, especially if you use Facebook. That's definitely true. And we know the CIA and NSA probably have access to all the chats on Facebook. So he said, be wary, you might get a visit if you connect with me. He was probably joking at the time, but it sort of has come true. So maybe there is a UFO Black Ops connection there, who knows. Are you still here? Oh no, Alice. the experience at 17 are more involved than I was living in Western Kentucky. Alright, so again, you'd have to come on, join Discord if you want to come on, talk about it sometime, or today. Yes, it's kind of scary when it first happens, but because it's happened over many, many years, it doesn't scare me anymore. Even having a dream or whatever it was of aliens in the bedroom certainly didn't scare me, but I was powerless. I couldn't move, and I sort of faded out back into sleep again. So yeah, I don't know if it was real imagination or a dream of a dream, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Something I'll probably never forget anyway. I think some of us are probably what they call sensitives, where somehow we can sense stuff. I can't see stuff, but I can certainly sense stuff. Plus, you can use your physical feeling as well. You get this sort of like a cold draft that happens in the room, and you think, oh right, are we going to get something paranormal happen soon? Or you get a cold spot. When summer here, like when the room's like 28 Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. Let's have a look. So sometimes it can be 30 degrees. So is this 30 degrees to Fahrenheit? I suppose that might do. Here we go. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you find you got this cold spot that only happens in one space. It's like a column, like a person standing there. Hasn't happened quite a lot to me, but I do get like a cold wind gush, like something sort of coming down from the ceiling and going across the bed. Because I got a bad back, I'm on the bed quite a lot, laying with myself propped up with lots of pillows. So yeah. So I did this other video here, and I'll just play it.
A new day. Nothing happened last night, as far as I know. But as you can see, today the LED light's working perfectly fine. Not blinking, and it's rock solid. So whether it stays that way, I don't know. Extremely odd. But you could put it down to Chinese rubbish, hardware problem. A skeptic wouldn't believe it was paranormal or anything. Let's see. Can't seem to get it turned.
I see my pictures on a slope
disco
there,
mode today.
Kind of weird.
Not working.
Don't think we've had any earthquakes recently.
Here we go. One of the buttons worked. It makes that shimmering pattern.
See the shimmering there that's happening?
Yeah, it looks like it's switching back and forth now.
That's because of the LEDs flashing, which you don't see.
Yes.
And the frame rate of the video. So until I can capture this thing jumping on the bed with the footprints, it's not too exciting. But yeah, I thought I'd bring it to you, because other people may have similar experiences where they have caught it. Someone reckons they could hear whispering on that last video though. They reckon there's a whisper, but I had a good listen to it and amped it up in the headset, and it was actually me breathing out. So it sounds like someone whispering, but it's me breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. So yeah, I sort of debunked it, but yeah, still interesting. I haven't looked on this one here to see if there's any whispering or noises. I didn't actually put a headset on for that one. Plus I got another one I recorded where it happened that same night, on this one here, on the same night, I had something jump on the bed again, but this time there was like a single bigger hole in the middle of the bed. And it's very hard to film it because the quilt was up and down, and the side lamp was creating a shadow across it. I'm not sure if it's worth uploading it or not. But before I woke up, when I first started getting my sight back from after sleeping, because something definitely moved the bed. Now, I'm used to earthquakes, so it didn't feel like an earthquake, because normally the earthquake will wobble the whole bed, not just the end of the bed. So I don't think it was anything to do with earthquakes, but they do create a pulse, earthquakes. If you live in an earthquake place, sometimes you can feel like a compression wave of energy that goes over your body if you're laying on your side. If there's enough energy in the quake, like a size 4 or upwards, and then you feel you hear the noise, and then you hear the rocking. So you normally have those three events. You normally feel the energy wave pulse come first. So yeah, as scientists, we have to keep documenting this stuff and see if we can figure out what's going on here, whether it's interdimensional, whether it's something that's able to cloak itself. But when I see this stuff, I normally, in the end, do a karate kick across the bed, or and of course your foot just passes through whatever's there, but you still see the imprints on the bed. So I'm not sure how they would be doing that. So yeah, I don't think it's mind playing tricks this time, but that's a possibility, I guess. Energy and all that sort of stuff. I find myself watching a lot of technical issues and no interest. So maybe I'm a wrong website, chat, but best of evening to you. Well, I'm just going to do UFO debunks in a minute. I normally start off with something a bit more positive in the paranormal. It was interest and thing. Because we've got to try and figure out this stuff, whether there's a paranormal UFO connection. Some people like that sort of stuff. Of course, as you can see, I tried to debunk it myself. So yeah, we'll move on and do the debunking stuff now. But if you want to come on and talk about your experiences, I can open it up as well. You can't please everybody, obviously. I sometimes wish debunkers out there would have something happen to them, so it changes their world view when it happens. Now, John, who used to be a side chatter with myself, has lost interest in the UFO topic after 15 years of doing it. When I showed him how to analyze stuff and be critical thinking, he's got enough information now that he realizes that 99% of the stuff that he's been seeing on other channels is bogus, and he's heard enough, basically. So he doesn't join me anymore, and but he's had some paranormal experiences where it lifted his bed off the ground 1 foot. Now, wouldn't that be good to capture on video? You know, you hear about exorcists, or what do you call it? Taking out the demons, exorcising the demons. But he's in Arizona, and it could be on old Indian land, right? Maybe he's got something buried under his house, like a bone or something like that of a body. So, first of all, we'll probably go over Third phase of the moon. And go over some of their videos for a laugh, I guess. So, where did we get to last time? So apparently there's an Area 51 storm happening, when is it? Pretty soon. 4 days time, is it? Storm Area 51. And 2 guys have been arrested early because they entered the area. Which was kind of interesting. That UFO Interest also put out a post here. A YouTuber was arrested while trying to enter Area 51. Pretty stupid. I suppose it's good for ratings, but not if they throw away the key. So Third Phase made a video here claiming that they're the first to break the news. Reading out a UFO rag here. Headlines from a newspaper. Neverlands. To me that sounds like Dutch, but they're saying it's the name of the channel. Neverlands. YouTuber arrested. This stuff including some breaking news in regards to those guys. That's kind of hilarious, really. Like they're the main source of information like this when everybody else can read it on their own web news feeds anyway. But we'll have a quick look at that one there. BuzzFeed. At least they got their mugshots. 20 and 21. Go figure. I'll just see if we can read it out.
A YouTube.
Interesting read.
A YouTuber from the Netherlands in search of Area 51 in the Nevada desert was arrested Tuesday after he and another man entered a secure government area while filming, officials said. The Nick County Sheriff's Office said Thijs Granzier, 20, and Govert Charles Wilhelmus Jacob Sweep, 21, were about 3 miles inside the site before they were detained and questioned by authorities. Located about 65 miles northwest of Las Vegas, and about 10 miles from Area 51, the Nevada National Security Site is a secure area where scientists are known to conduct top-secret nuclear experiments and help secure the country's nuclear deterrent.
Yeah. Inside the man's car, so let's have a look.
Inside the men's car, deputies found cameras, a phone, laptop, and a drone, sheriff's officials said in a press release. Granzier and Sweep allowed deputies to review their video, which showed footage from inside the secure area.
So I guess they've been released, have they? Update on it.
The two appear to be some distance from what is known as Area 51, the famed site that has become synonymous with alleged alien encounters and extraterrestrial conspiracy theorists. Granzier, who goes by the name Thijs on YouTube, has more than 730,000 subscribers on the platform. On Tuesday, before he was arrested, Granzier posted a selfie on his Instagram account at the Grand Canyon, telling followers he was headed to Area 51 and included a small alien emoji.
There's a lot of subscribers. I've never heard of them before, but it's a good way to get your channel publicized, isn't it? So you can see that's why they did it. Most recently, I suppose you can check out their site, see what rubbish they put up.
Most recently, the Nevada site has become the subject of intense focus after a viral Facebook event encouraged people to raid the military installation. The Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us event collected more than 2 million RSVPs before organizers cancelled the event this week over fears of a possible humanitarian disaster in the making. Granzier and Sweep had come to the area for the event, sheriff's officials said. Organizers have instead tried to invite people to an AIM festival in Las Vegas, although some have told BuzzFeed News they are moving forward with their own festival in the desert the weekend of September the 20th.
So that was apparently Knapp and Corbell, wasn't it? That was trying to organise that and get some publicity to promote their own stuff. They were just going to have like a big party, weren't they? And make it into a UFO event, a bit like the Roswell event. But it'd be interesting to see if anybody actually still shows up and has a party there. We'll be experiencing numerous people to arrive. They're expecting numerous people to arrive. As asked neighbouring enforcement agencies for assistance. The two men told deputies they can read, write and understand English and had seen the multiple no trespassing signs along the way, but they wanted to see the facility. Duh. They just wanted to promote their channel. So what do you think of that, guys? What's their channel name? Neverland. Probably can't find it. Google won't show it. Well, it's got a few subs, so let's see. Just type that in YouTube. It's not coming up. Yeah, search is pretty useless, isn't it, now? We got stuff going back ages. So, what's the top one? 2017, that's 2 years old. That one there's 4. Look how old that one is. It's 7 years old. Why would you want to see that over new content first? Used to, in the past, used to put up your logo there. I bet I can't even find mine. Probably. Out there, channel. Nope. Straight away it puts other people up. Cheers out there, which is nothing like I've typed. Channels. Nope. Departures channel, what's that got to do with out there? Because it's got the word out there in the description. Mine's got it in the description and the title. Channel 4, Apple, TED. That's just nonsense, isn't it? I'm not even showing up anymore. That's why no one comes to see me. I bet they don't even promote that it's live at the moment. That's just rubbish. I'm not even there. How many pages are we? Let's try taking out the spaces. Because I've also got that in the title or description. Okay, so it hasn't put me up as a channel first. It's brought up one of my playlists. It's definitely all mucked up, isn't it? Another playlist. a video of mine. Why's he got no images though? He normally puts images. Where's the images gone? Normally had the thumbnails of the videos, but I had, like this one down here. So it's got some of my video images now coming up. Some of the videos that are less popular. Why is it putting up those ones, you know? No wonder, you know, really old videos it's putting up there. 2017. Oh, right, there we go. Finally my channel there. So what page is that? It's page 2. But that's using without spaces in, right? That looks like it could be someone else's though. Hang on. They've got lowercase t there. Yep, someone's using a similar name. The rat bags. And I think they used to be called the Out There, because I remember looking at the time. I remember looking to see if anyone had similar names. The Skin Man. I think he's dead now. I think that was Vern's friend. Yeah, my introduction is there though. That's pretty bad though. You can't find what you're after. So let's see if we can find these two. Right, someone's joined, have they, in Discord. The robot will talk to you when you join. Ah, John, he rejoined. Okay. Fair enough. And Damien joined. So can't seem to find them. Page 2. I see it's putting Neverlands in there though. How can we narrow it down? Shouldn't have to do this though. Oh, it's getting warm today. It must be northwest outside. Come on. Let's come up with a click thing here. Well, that was a suggestion. And it still hasn't shown it, has it? I don't know, Google have really stuffed up the system. They need to revert back to pre-2016. I don't know if, what's the other thing called? DuckDuckGo. Let's give it a try. If I can type, it'll make it a lot easier for us. I wish I could see as well. The font's a wee bit small. Here we go. Definitely given some better results. I suppose in the end everybody will switch over to alternative search engines and get away from Google. They're stuffing up their own selves. Font size. Alright, Netherlands, that's not the channel we're after. Oh no, it looks like it's very similar to Google. I think what happens is they scrape or they connect somehow to Google and use the results from Google and mix it with their own. And so they also hide the cookie tracking so Google doesn't track you. But because I'm logged into everything, Google's going to figure it out anyway from big data, right? So, Playboy. So yeah, that's not helping us much either, is it? What else can we type in? Let's brought up their mugshots. Men from Netherlands. So I suppose it's in their own language, that's why they're so big, is it? Looks like they're very careful not to post the link to their channel. It looks like there's copy-paste going on, right? This is another problem for mainstream media. They just simply copy and paste article from a source with permission. What's that? Still not getting any link to the. I can't see anything. If someone's got something out there and post it to the side for us. Let's see. Go back to Google here. Let's try searching inside Google itself. Neverland. I suppose it's still doing that. UFOs maybe. Oh, who would have thought it was so hard to find? Maybe because it's non-English, maybe. We'll just move on, I guess. So much for that. Just want to have a quick look at their channel. Don't think they said anything here. Let's have a laugh at these guys, I guess.
visitor from outside our solar system, the unprecedented second object that's been confirmed. And we're going on air tonight on Third Phase of Moon to go over all of this stuff, including some breaking news in regards to these guys. What's up with these guys? They're out of the Netherlands. A YouTuber arrested while trying to trespass Nevada's Area 51 before the storm event of coming up in just a few days. And this thing, the second interstellar object, may be streaking across our skies. Take a look at this. This is coming in right now from the Scientific.
So, I kind of read Neverland and Neverlands. So maybe that's why I couldn't find them. Okay, they're not showing up still. There's the name of the channel there, right? There used to be an option where you can just say list channels with the name of the word. Let's see. Advanced search, maybe. What's that do? Complicated stuff, huh? None of these words. Domain. Channel. UFO. Hate the keys all over. The keys are slightly pushed over to my old laptop and it always mucks up my typing. Because your memory learns, doesn't it? It's hard to unlearn a new keyboard layout. Is it Neverlands or Neverlander? Neverlands. Well, site or domain. What else? UFO. Found nothing. Site. Get rid of the UFO then. So much for that search. What else was there? Duration. Site or domain. Should work, shouldn't it? Oh, I won't worry about it.
American. So this news is going to be coming up, and we're also going to be going over the radio show tonight. Let me give you guys the number to call in. We're going to be keeping the lines open just for a little bit. The number to call in, if you're a guest, is 516-387-1291. I posted. Let's see, did we just... Okay, it looks like we're at a nuclear facility. Is just stationed 10 miles distant from Area 51. And Area 51 is extraordinary, confidential, and its purpose
they got ads up.
Participate in the event. But after that, Facebook kind of took that site down. And I'm not exactly sure how big this thing's coming up. But the U.S. Department of Justice is saying that the military bases...
Okay, this is talk about Storm Area 51.
Live. And again, I want you guys to call in to the phone number.
Of course you do. Oh yeah, so there's another object apparently here they're talking about. Swooping past the sun.
Remember what they said at Harvard? They stated that this thing resembled maybe some kind of solar cell, something that has intelligence behind it from a different galaxy. a derelict spacecraft. We heard some strange things about the characteristics of the flight patterns of Oumuamua, that it sped up unexpectedly and slowed down. The characteristics seemed that it was otherworldly comparatively to some, regular comets in our solar system. Well, since...
Yeah. Okay, so, what are they saying? Another chunk of rock from outside the solar system go past, was it? I don't know if there's any other articles on that. A second interstellar object may be streaking through our solar system. The fluke find of a possible visitor. So where's the link to it? Obviously they cut and paste it from the webpage, right? From another star after 2017 discovery of Oumuamua, whatever that, how you say that? I can't quite remember.
Oumuamua.
Well, maybe that's close to it. Scientific opportunities. The fluke, not fluid. Visitor. Okay, so we'll just see what's out there on that. Here we go. Scientific American, that's probably where they got it from. Or one of the UK rags, of course, because they copy and paste everything, don't they? Look, all the same headers, different websites. So 2 days ago that was published. So I wonder if they can film it a bit better than the last one then, in that case. The other one was moving too fast and they had no cameras with the right lenses to be able to capture it. So the object was originally labelled Jibu 234. And then they give it a strange name called a C/2019 Q4 Borostov. Yes, crazy names. Half a year ago, I made a new telescope, and with the help of it, I discovered this unique comet. Borisov says. I was excited about the comet, and of course, I was very surprised by the uniqueness. Yes. So it's something like that. It could wipe out planet Earth, right? Wiped out the dinosaurs once, they reckon. Where Florida is, Mexico, that's where the last one was meant to hit. Out to sea there, which they now call the Bermuda Triangle area. Which, let's say makes compasses go crazy, right? So when you think about it, the meteorite would have been impacted right into the sea floor there. So does that mean there's a lot of metals and iron around that sea location there under millions of years of rock that's fallen down and mud and sea life? That's plankton and all that microbes have gradually built over top of it. There might be some embedded metallic iron there that mucks around with the compasses. So that might explain why it goes crazy in the Bermuda Triangle, right? I was never really sold on Bermuda Triangle because when you start looking at it, it doesn't really form a triangle, does it? So, on to the next one, which is this one here. And it's not going to play. What's going on? Alright, finally. So we'll just go over these ones here now, and I'll just close down some of the other stuff. So it's on these ones here. And we'll just go over it together.
We've got videos that we're going to go over that could boggle your mind. What the heck is going on?
Boggle
Let's
your
just roll the
mind.
first video. Coming in from Belgium. Check it out.
Blijft uitgaan.
Ah ja, wat kippetje van in de zon.
En niet blijft hangen.
Ah ja, weten.
Zie je wat fuck?
Ah weten.
Kijk op mijn scherm, daar meerdere lampjes.
Ah ja.
Hé, wat fuck, kijk, dat is iets gelijk dat ontploft is. Check.
Okay, so it's from Belgium.
Ah ja, naar beneden. Ja, ja, daar erop een beetje.
You can hear them in the background talking.
Inderdaad. Weet je?
Maar scherp blijven, ja.
So you can see something in the middle here of this zoom.
En dit?
Ik weet het niet. Wat is dit?
So it looks
Zie je
like
allemaal lijntjes
something
opgelijnd, gelijk boven elkaar. Toch?
Ja.
above this white dot here. And there's a further white dot further down. And they look like they might be linked together. They seem to be high up.
Het ding is ook, like die twee
And not
bomen,
moving
dus
very
die twee
fast.
pouderen,
Ja,
die blijven gelijk hangen.
hangen.
En die daarboven ook, dat beweegt gelijk niet.
Het gaat wel iets minder
And you can
knallen.
see something way at the top here. With some cloud covering it.
So here we go. The brightness contrast close-up video to the right and the original video to the left. Now let's see what's going on here, because what's going on in Belgium, we have multiple eyewitnesses, multiple videos coming in as it has just been broken. The news within the past 6 hours, we're bringing it to you. What's going on
Okay,
here?
so they've played around
Blake,
with the
this was captured
contrast.
September 14th, 2019. Pretty good day for UFOs.
So you
We
can
just
see there's
uploaded
like a
video. We
round
went live,
blob at the very
and
top.
now just within a couple
With
hours, I
some,
reached out to Bart, and he agreed to
almost
share
like a
this video.
T-shape.
Let's just take a look. What the hell just happened? We saw a bright dot, a bright light,
And
then
we got
something
various
just kind of
other little bright
absorbed
dots
everything,
that
and
seem to
what
be
came out of it is extraordinary.
dangling underneath it, and some breaking away from it. So what are we looking at? Collection of balloons of some sort, or what?
Space debris or something coming from outer space, breaking up
Space
some kind of
debris.
meteorite. I know there's a lot of celestial objects zooming by our Earth. We have another one zooming by within this weekend. And what's going on? Is this something otherworldly, or is this some kind of military exercise or something else? This thing seems to jettison multiple objects. What's going on? Is this just debris that's coming in, falling in from space, or could it just be a weather balloon that exploded?
We
And
have
this
a
is-
bulletin. We have a balloon that exploded, so there's a clue there.
the debris from inside of it. Here we go again. Let's take a look at this and see how this reacts. It's so great that we do have some pretty good HD footage on this, and you
There
can
it
see
goes.
something's happening over the skies of Belgium. We've seen this kind of phenomenon before, but we're still kind of trying to figure out exactly what it is that we're looking at. Yeah, it seems like whatever's happening, things are falling from it and actually going and rising. So what's happening? Is there a fluctuation of disturbance? Or is this a planned event? Some kind of a possible surveillance event where you have a drone, an extraterrestrial drone dispersing, possibly.
So these guys don't have any clue. They started off with a weather balloon, which was the correct answer there, and I found some images online of a weather balloon. Now, this is a typical weather balloon. It has multiple payloads, and you can see here is the big white blob at the top here, and then it has, sometimes it stretches a wee bit, makes a sort of like a pear shape weather balloon. But also you get slightly different ones called high altitude weather balloon, which have the typical tear shape, white, and they go up quite high. Will expand to 35 feet in diameter. Doesn't say how high it goes. How high can weather balloons go? They can go to 24 or 39 kilometers, which is quite high up, or more before they burst, and a payload may land via a parachute up to 35 miles away, depending on wind conditions. So normally they release these balloons on calm days, or relatively calm days, and it sort of bursts and comes back down to Earth with all the data logged as it was rising up between the different airstreams or slipstreams. But yeah, if we go back to alright, I was going to keep it open. If you go back to this one here, this is a regular balloon. It has that round shape to it rather than the tear-shaped one, but in that video I think it might be one of those high altitude ones, which are stronger and slightly bigger. You can see here, here's the parachute underneath that has a electronic release, I guess, going up to it from the communications there. But what happens is generally what they can do is they can release these payloads at different altitudes as well. So they can break away and create parachutes that come down at different heights as the balloon's going up, which may be what happened there in the other footage. But it looks very similar to this, as you can see in the video still here. So there's the tear shape part of the balloon at the top there. That's probably the first payload there, and that's probably the second. But that one looks like it's still connected. So when that pops, the rest of it will come down, and as it does that, the parachute opens up automatically. But you can see here it's very similar. Balloon. Multiple heights. So it's not UFOs or some secret government thing. They're just regular weather balloons. Which often, here's one here. It's really long here. Look. Let's go there. That's a high altitude one, which has more stuff on it, which I think it might be a high altitude weather balloon. That one there, look, it's got lots of payload on it. Recovery chute, near space shuttle, balloon stats. Not too sure what they mean by near space shuttle. Let's see, it doesn't say here, does it? Balloon stats are carried as a secondary payload. Here we go. Balloon stat is a simple package designed to carry lightweight experiments into near space. Alright. They are a popular introduction to engineering principles in some high school and college courses. Balloon stats are carried as secondary payloads on HAB flights. So I guess schools can ask to have a payload put up there for their project, and they'll add it onto as a second payload next time they launch, I guess is what they're saying. They do not require the inclusion of tracking equipment as a secondary payloads. They are already are being carried by tracking capsules. Geostationary balloons. Okay. I think that's what Google was trying to work on for internet without having to use cables. Proposed high altitude balloons that will float in the stratosphere 21 kilometers up, so that's getting up to where river balloons go, above sea level and fixed point over the earth. So how are they going to keep it from floating around? See, that again probably shows why it wasn't moving much. Maybe as it gets up there the air is thinner and there's less friction with the air molecules, and they can keep it steady with motors maybe. What's it say here? At the altitude, air density is 1/10 of what it is at sea level. The average wind speed at these levels is less than at the surface. A propulsion system would allow the balloon to move into and maintain its position. The GPS would be powered by solar panels en route to its location, and then receive laser power from a cell tower that hovers over. So it uses batteries, rechargeable batteries. So wireless power, transmitted in radio waves. And then receive laser power. Well, that's quite interesting. So this shining a beam of laser from the ground all the way up to the balloon onto the solar panels is what they're trying to say there. As you know, as a laser beam goes through the atmosphere, it tends to spread, and it's not a fine dot anymore. I don't know if you played around with one, but they do get wider and wider. But if it's a panel, I guess it wouldn't really matter too much. Aerospace balloon port. There you go. So that's where Arizona gets a lot of UFO sightings. Obviously, it's the best place for doing all this sort of stuff in the desert. I always said some of the sightings they get there on MUFON are going to be related to experimental balloons. There's a picture of it, another one anyway, that uses solar cells. What's that one? I know Google were mucking around with it. These ones look like blimps, and the fabric itself has got all the solar cells on. Interesting. but I think this one's debunked, because we can then it's a bit close to the wrong one. Oh no, close that one down. So I did actually search online using date ranges and stuff. Found this article here where they asked some experts about the video. And looks like no one's wanted to watch this today. But sometimes I don't know why I bother. Right, so obviously they've got a better video here. UFO in Ghent, guys. That's the location in Belgium. Last night, several people reported an unidentified object in the skies above Ghent. The strange object radiated light. Well, it didn't actually reflected light, and many people thought they were witnessing the fly past of a flying saucer. So that guy got his UFO video plastered around the web, obviously. Space experts at the Unmanned Peenan Observatory in Ghent, so it's local experts, were keen to dash these expectations, insisting the flying object was most likely a weather balloon that had burst. Weather balloons are raised to an altitude of 35 kilometers, it says here, above the ground, but we did say it was between 24 and 39 kilometers on the wiki page, and have instruments of board to register weather conditions. It's unclear where it landed, and that's all we got. So NWS science page. I think there's a better video image here to what Third Phase have put up, although it's not going to play for us. Maybe, no. Thinking about it. So yeah, if you look carefully, it looks like it's leaking gas. Maybe it's ruptured and it's slowly leaking gas. You can see like a plume of stuff coming out the side there, and it's getting smaller and smaller, and that would be the bottom payload there. What happened? Is that all we got? Multiple payloads break off and float down. Also some of the commenters here. Well, that was awesome. May I share your video? You can see here on the original video you get all these fraud hoaxer UFO channels that just want to make money from it. I'll share your video on my channel. We would be sure to credit you. And then the guy says, sure, go ahead. And what's that say down there? You just aided a hoaxer and conspiracy theorist. Congratulations, dummy. Which is really true. And someone else posted this one. Navi2777. Hello, nice capture. Can I share your video on my channel? I work through Secure Team 10. Probably both channels will be published. I'm not too sure. Has anything come out with Secure Team with that video? He wouldn't be stupid enough to use it, would he? especially with all the bad publicity now. Someone's posted here it was a weather balloon. Someone else took pictures just before. Someone took pictures just before and after it burst. So they didn't say on the video they were filming that it was a popped balloon, right? Sure, go ahead. Photo was taken in Ghent, Belgium, spelt wrong, which is kind of interesting. Close tab. And then I found this one. Looks like the original uploader with another account name. That's a weather balloon. They actually are set to detach to get different readings at different altitudes at the same time. It's nothing but a weather experiment. So that's why they look like they're attached, all the lights, because they're on a cord. And they separate when they start going downwards. See them over Arizona a few times. And then we got this naysayer here. No, it was not. We also saw it with our very own eyes. It never moved until we saw it disintegrating. Well, as we just read earlier, the wind speeds are less when it's really high up, so it will look like it's hovering. And before it pops, and then it comes back down with the parachutes. So, yeah, I don't know why anyone would keep pushing that as UFOs.
Other drones who do some kind of surveillance over Belgium itself. Who knows? Is this some kind of deployment that we haven't seen? It is in broad daylight, so it is a good thing that we're showing this.
So we're looking
right
at the
now,
next.
And we're so glad that we got permission to share this. We're going to be sharing the original link below. We even have more evidence coming in from our Facebook in regards to something else. But right now, let's just look at this. Is this event?
So you can see there's obviously a cable between those two there. Payload 1, payload 2. Balloon that's just popped and leaking gas, and now it's going to come down and the parachute probably open.
Unfolds that just happened within hours ago. Thumbs up if you're joining us right now, right here on Third Phase Moon.
Just now. They must spend all their day looking at new posts coming in and jump on it. Okay, it looks like it's coming down quite fast now. Anyway, onto this silly one.
Take a look.
So what are we looking at, guys?
We are looking at this, and you can see some kind of jettison of light coming in from below, and a trail, some kind of dark shadow that just kind of cuts across the skies. We're looking at this, and I'm going to grab a little closer look at it. I'm going to get your thoughts. What the heck is going on here?
Hey Blake, look at this. It looks like there's something on the bottom right, where right at the horizon you see an event happening. You can see these two bright contrails glowing orange, and it could be, look at that, it's reflecting the shadow across the sky of an event that's happened on the ground. What's splitting the sky here?
Yeah, what on earth could create a shadow, a line like this, from the bottom of the horizon and create this shadow that stretches for hundreds of miles across the sky? We've seen, again, phenomena like this, but with explanation, we have no answers. And you can see that there's something that is on the bottom portion of the video. There seems to be some kind of like possible rocket launch. And she said she started to get a close-up look and she couldn't find out what was actually making the shadow. Some kind of atmospheric phenomenon. If anything is going on here, is this some kind of weather manipulation?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to bring up. Could this be a part of Project Blue Book or
Project
something else?
Blue
Like DARPA?
That's hilarious. What's Project Blue? I think he means Project Blue Beam, right? Where it creates a holographic thing in the sky. They're just running off everything they could think of under the sun for this. These guys just crack me up. DARPA program. I think most people could know what they're seeing in the sky here. And if it was a rocket launch, it would be, you could look it up on here. On Space Launches Timetable for America. Let's just have a look. And the next launch, 11th of September. It's just bitchy. So much. April. I wonder if there's a quicker way to change it. September. July, August, coming up. So we're coming up to September. So there was one. So when was this posted? What can I see the date? Where's the date gone? Uh, 16 hours ago. So that would put it probably the 15th, was it? 14th? Where's the timestamp on this? Can't see it. Have they got rid of the timestamps on Google now? Kind of weird. Why are they mucking around with that? If it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? So what's the oldest comment? 16. 17 hours. Anyway, there wasn't any rocket launches for that day. I wish they'd put date and timestamps. If they're going to put videos up from other people, they should at least have a timestamp when it happens in the description. Yeah, but I thought it used to have in the title here, timestamp. Let's see, maybe it's on the front page now. $18 hours ago, so yeah, close to it. Anyway, back to the timetable. So we're looking for what's 18 hours ago? 15th. So there is something on the 15th. And what is it? Sounds like in Europe. I'm not sure if it brings up anything here for us. We have to type the name in. But I don't think that's in America. So instead of guessing, you can look all this stuff up, right, and just rule it out. Euro, looks like Europe, will be launched. Let's have a look. Why is it not working? It's a very slow site for some reason. I'll just reduce that again. Can we read it? West A satellites. So that was launched from the Mediterranean basin, by the looks of it. Oh no, satellite for the Mediterranean basin. Primarily addressed broadcast France, Italy. Where's it being launched from? Airbus Defence and Space and Orbital ATK to build new satellites. Well, I'd say that would be launched from America. Launch location. Give us the same information. Rocket launch live. International launch. Let's say we find new websites that are quite interesting. They probably broadcast it. So, oh, hang on, this one's for the next one. ZDF. That's not the one we're looking at. Aerospace. Launched in, here we go. So it'll be over here. I'll just read it. This is the previous one. Or older one. Is that the one? 5 kilowatts. Yeah, where's the launch thing? Oh, here we go. Up the top here. Kazakhstan, which is probably sounds more realistic. But that's for the last one, so I'll probably be launching it from the same location, I say. But anyway, you can rule that one out. And obviously, if we look at it,
a program. What I'm looking at is
we lost the sound.
this could be a rocket launch, maybe something Elon Musk did. It looks like some of the stages were going off on the bottom of the picture right now, but to create this amazing phenomena of the shadows, pretty epic, I gotta say.
Yeah. Okay, so they're assuming it's a shadow, but it's not. There's obviously a plane contrail that's flown at 30,000 feet probably above their heads, and it looks like it's coming straight down or straight up. And it looks like the contrail, maybe a second contrail, or it may have just got blown. It's a bit hard to tell. Looks like it ends there, right? Looks like it turns into a white contrail at the very end. Yeah, so if you follow it down, and that looks like part of the contrail's got blown in a slipstream there, further along. I have got something similar that I found online. This one here, where it goes dark, and as it gets down to the horizon where it's more sunlit, and you can see it turns into a white puff, and it looks like it's going down to the ground. But it's over a mountain range there, I think. You can see it's made it go all over the place there. And you also got this other contrail coming through here over top of it. And it looks very similar, doesn't it? And you can see it's two contrails from two different engines twisted around like a DNA strand there. So it's obviously gone up from the airport or coming down to the airport there. So you can find lots of comparisons online. So it could even be two contrails there from two different planes in that one. And you can see here the sun's setting, so it's getting darker up the top here, but there's still enough light here to light up the white water vapor, which is what it consists of mostly. Now, rocket launch, they leave more of a cone shape. You've seen SpaceX ones before, but there's the image that I've got here. But this one's in brighter day. You can see it goes white and dark. And they look like they're going straight up too, don't they? Look at that one. And you can see, obviously, that one was coming down to land because it's wider at the top there. It's got more time to expand with the air currents and get thinner and thinner. Yeah, people saying the chemtrails, but it's really just hot air and water vapor being sucked into the jet engine, made hotter than the surrounding air, and it recondenses and creates a puff of white vapor trail after it. But it only happens at certain altitudes, where you get the right temperature and density of the air to do it. And I think it's between 24,000 feet and 38,000 feet. Oh, that one's turning. But if you have a look at rocket contrails, they're different. SpaceX one. It looks like they're mixing them up. That looks like a failed rocket launch. I don't know. What's that one there? Another rocket launch, apparently. Atlas V rockets. And that one. What was that one? SpaceX, wasn't it? Where they sort of have rockets detached from the sides and they start coming back down. So you get multiple contrails from the exhaust fumes, which is mostly they use SpaceX uses kerosene and oxygen, which would form hydrocarbons, obviously, and water vapor. Right, there you go and see the SpaceX one here. Doesn't look the same, does it? Here's one that's got the cone shape happening. Like these ones here, of other rockets. Here's a rocket one. It's more of a triangle cone shape. SpaceX is the only one that's different because of the way it's got its rockets that detach and come back down to land. Other rocket images. So yeah, don't think it's a rocket. Yeah, it's just a normal plain contrail. So probably can get rid of that one. Alright, was there anything else? Yeah. What annoys me about these guys is he says here, if you have a read on the comments, this is a problem with fraud channels. They're putting up anything for views. If you knew it was a contrail, why put it up and then say, could it be many other things? You know, and Blake or someone's replied here, Brent. That's what Brent said in the video. So, yeah, you do the research first. If it turns out to be something that's not able to be debunked, then you would put that up on the UFO channel, wouldn't you? Unless you're going to say, oh, let's investigate it together and we don't know what it is, so it's just coming in. And do an analysis like I did, comparison pictures and look up rocket launch times. Apart from that, I think it's a waste of time talking about it anymore. So, that point brings us up to the last bit I was going to look at today. I don't think there was anything else to look at here. I think we've debunked most of the other stuff there. I don't think the security team's doing much anymore. Yeah, but this is a thing that's been going around on the web. I'm not sure if you heard about the awards, and Jeremy Corbell got a Best Researcher of the Year handed to him from IUFOC, which is International UFO Congress, by open mind guy Roadhouse. So this is what's interesting of the connection between Corbell and Tyler. So I posted up there for people to have a read of to see what they thought of it. I found this interesting comment from Corbell online that he watches Tyler's security team for years and thinks he's a good lad and is okay with his past fakes he made. So what does what does that say about his character? Your thoughts? So I put a poll down here too, which hopefully we can see the results. Why is it not showing up though? Percentages have got cut off there, has it? Kind of weird. Let's reload that again. Maybe it doesn't show it until it's finished. Looks like it, because I'm not logged in, probably. That's pretty bummy, isn't it? But we'll read out what it says here anyway. And then we'll sort out this, what we can see. Tyler at security is a good dude, says Jeremy. Have you met him? I have enjoyed his broadcasts over the past couple of years. His fans are also good people, so how does he know that? Some of them may not be good. These days, he just seems to be reporting the news, but he's not though. He takes bits from the news and adds in conspiracy element to it. I know there was controversy with his broadcasts in the past, which he knows about him faking interviews and photoshops. But I hung out with him and his family. We talked. He's a thoughtful and articulate guy. I got to know him. He's always been straight with me in every way. Kind of sounds a wee bit the G factor there. Been straight with me. In any light, we all deserve to move forward and better ourselves and our work. So it's alright for someone to build up a UFO channel with fake stuff and make fake stuff himself, and then forgive him. Give him a chance, or a second chance, or whatever you want, but I think his work has been great ever since I have known Tyler. So yeah. I hear you, I do. I'm saying that Tyler I know is a stand-up guy. That's the guy I know. Maybe take another look at his work over the past year. Well, we looked at his work every time he puts up something that's rubbish, which is pretty much all the videos. And the last one was about sun UFOs, which I went through all the images and told you what they were, and they weren't UFOs. So I'm not sure how you can say his work is great. It's misleading, fear-mongering, and fake. Tell me it's not good stuff. Well, it's not. It's terrible stuff. Anyone that's real in the ufology would know this. What I have observed is a dude who is learning, not learning much, and evolving and reporting what comes across his desk, or on a regular basis. Yeah, we got Mavi that's sending him videos to use, like that one we just looked at with the balloon. That's dedication. We need more of that. No, we don't. We don't need more frauds and bullshit online. So again, I feel your grievances, however my experiences have been great with Tyler, and I respect his work. So, we all in this together, my brother. Let's all aim higher. So, to me, that sounds like they're working together. And the reason why he would be working with Tyler is to gain access to his fan base, right? It's about to sell more products your way. So I put out some polls here. Does this prove hoaxes, frauds, and the UFO community work together? Well, in my opinion, yes it does, because that last line, working together, my brother, gives it away. Obviously, they're working together. We know Tyler is a fraud and a hoaxer, because I've done many videos showing you why. And hopefully we can find out the poll results. I might see if I can snapshot it, but I think not everyone is on board with the same thinking, or they're not up to speed with what Tyler's been up to. Does this prove Corbell knows very little about the UFO topic if he believes Tyler's videos? Well, to me that's a yes. He knows very little because he thinks Tyler's work is great. It's not. It's misleading. It's conspiracies, and 99% of the stuff that he's put up, or 99.9% of the stuff he's put up, has been identified or explained, because the only ones, well, even the To the Star stuff he put up was the most legit stuff he put up, has sort of been discredited by various people as being either planes in the distance or drones in the distance. And we still don't know if they're UFOs or some sort of government experimental craft, but they're the most realistic ones put up because they've been verified sources, right? So, but the other ones, he never shows you where he's gotten from, apart from other YouTube channels. He talks about receiving an email, but he never ever shows the email with the header with things blanked out, does he? So the next question I polled is, Corbell only using Tyler to gain access to the followers? That's fairly obvious. He is. Because he's got on his show with Bob Lazar to do an interview to promote his movie, and also did Skinwalker, didn't he? Do you think Corbell just uses people like Knapp and other top UFO media guys to find easy content for his movies? Again, that has to be a yes. If you had a look at Skinwalker Ranch, it was mostly Knapp's work, with a few new interviews thrown in and his own opinions thrown in. And then you got Lazar movie, which again was mostly George Knapp's videos from the old days, with again new interviews and some other crazy footage, them standing out in the woods apparently, with him handed in so-called element 115, although there's no proof. So what's the next one? Do you think Corbell is really interested in UFO topic, or just pretending? I think he's not. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I think yes. He's not really interested in UFO topic, only to use it for like a movie maker thing to access maybe 100,000 people that might buy his movie for $10 each. Or would it be 1 million people that buy it, download it online? What's the other one? Do you think Corbell deserves UFO Researcher of the Year awards? And so far, I think most people have said no to that one. So I'll see if I can bring up the stats somehow. I'm not sure if I want to log on here. Let's see if I can get it on my other screen here. Not really had too many reply on mine, I think, so far. If you want, it runs for another 6 days, so if you want to add in your votes there, go ahead and access the page. I'll post the link to it, but you have to obviously be an account on Twitter. Vote in. Oh. There you go. Probably spelled it wrong, have I? Warren poll. Oh, that'll do. So does this one come up? Okay, this one comes up a bit better. I'll see if I can drag it across. And I got the dark theme. So here's the polls underneath and percentage so far. So 10 votes on that one. And over half of us say yes. Proves that hoaxers and frauds work together. 10 votes on that one now. Does this prove Corbell knows very little? And 70% reckons that's a yes. Is Corbell only using Tyler to gain access to his followers? 10 votes in on there. And it's pretty split here. I would have thought everyone would have voted yes, 100%. What's the other reasons why he'd want to use Tyler, you know? Can you think of anything? Why would he want to be friends with Tyler? Do you think Corbell just uses people like Knapp? And that used to be 100%, but we got 11 votes in now. And probably 1 out of 10, is it? Yeah, that would be about right. I think no. And then you got, do you think Corbell is really interested in the UFO topic? And it's pretty split there. People not sure, mostly. Some 22 say yes, and 22 say no. Me personally, I can't vote on my own polls, but I would have said yes. I would have said no, that he's not actually interested in the UFO topic, only to make money from it. Do you think Corbell deserves the UFO Researcher of the Year? This one's where this question originally comes from. Because there was no public poll, as far as I know, on this. It wasn't put out across various pages saying do vote for your person of the year. And some of the comments come back saying it was like mates of mates handing out each other awards. So yeah, no. So up to last night it was 100% no, that they don't believe he deserves to have the Researcher of the Year. And looks like 1 of the 9 said not sure. So yeah, that's quite interesting. I thought. Let's drag it back. That'll come in handy. So really, that's all I really had for today. Could look at some MUFON stuff, I guess. Anybody out there that wants to have a chat on the side? Wants to have their say on things? I'm just going to get a drink. So we probably could look at some MUFON stuff quickly here. So the UFO world is really a collection of cults, I think. You get little groups of cults that sort of have the little friend groups. I think you got the Truther group, which I probably belong to. And then you got the Security cult group, which then some of those will be part of the Thirdphaseofmoon cult group that say they're great and all that sort of stuff, despite they've been caught out. Both of them have been caught out doing CGI, photoshops, and lying online. 100% both have been caught out lying. If you remember, Thirdphaseofmoon did Little Philippines, as they called it, where they made a fake skinwalker attack a guy, sort of like an acting type thing, and tried to put it out there as real. So they got caught out on that one, and also they tried to fake a live event with, which was lights around the edge of the house reflecting off probably some glass panel. You remember in the video, Blake asked his brother, "What do you think?" And he says, "Oh, I got no opinion on this." He didn't want to get involved, I don't think, in the fake of it. And then they pulled down the video. And Security, as you know, he's done at least three leak of videos, which I have debunked, that using his voice. And he did the Angry Truth Seeker one. I pretty much summarised this up on another live called Tyler Owes Me $1 Million. So it's about 50 minutes long, so you can go and watch that, and it summarises it all up. So Angry Truth Seeker, where he made a fake account up to troll himself, saying he was going to kill Tyler, or doesn't shut up here or get killed. Turned out to be fake, and there was some obvious clues why it was faked, because you could see he was logged into the account. So he pulled that video down, and he did something else. What was it? I can't remember all the ones now, but I put it in those previous videos. So what have we got going? Maybe we could look at the photos. Yeah, it's going really slow today. It is Monday here, so it shouldn't be too slow. Okay, so here's one that looks like it could be a UFO or optical illusion. But look how slow that's coming down. That's just terrible. I suppose they're coming down from MUFON. Maybe they're very busy at the moment. Northern Ireland. Okay, what do we got? August 25th. Okay. So we got a flare. Kind of looks like a picture though, doesn't it? Well, it's been played around with. And what does that look like? It looks like a bird, doesn't it? Looks like one wing there. Well, it could be a jet as well. Looks like a tail fin coming up here. Another wing coming this way. And the front of it. It's the front of it. It looks too thick to be a plane. Looks more like a bird. I'm not sure what this is. That looks like a painting. Eh? Kind of weird. Why would they put a painting up? Right, looks like I might have been taking it from a video, so we might download that and have a look. A lot of blurb here. Still picture of unknown. Looks like it's been cut and pasted from a web page though. This is an update sighting, as the other one was a bit sketchy. And the date was wrong. I took a few photos one morning out walking the dog off the sun. So that doesn't even make sense, does it? Island meant to be English. It looked bigger than usual. It was glowing extremely bright. Does he mean the sun dog? Morning out, walking the dog off the sun. Just makes you wonder if it's done by some sort of robotic fake report writer and spams MUFON now. I took 6 live photo blur in one go. A live iPhone photo. I don't think it's worth writing about this thing. What do people say? Bullshit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's too many red flags even in the description. And that's not a photo, that's a painting. Oh well, let's see if it'll play anyway. Not too much of it there. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Where there's the dog. And that doesn't look like anything in the picture, does it? Looks like he's run it through some Photoshop. And obviously we've got lens flare. So I don't know if we can see a bird flying past or not. Can't see anything. That's rubbish. So that means it's going to be a little speck there if there is something there. Which could be a bird in the distance. So let's have a look around again for something better. We got a UFO cloud. July the 3rd, that's a really old one. Why is it not coming up? Can you see anything in those ones, guys? It's around trees, so we might get birds. There's aiming it at the sun here, so you might get a artifact. So what are they saying? So it was recorded in last year, and they've only submitted it this year. On the 3rd of July 2018, my wife was outside in the back garden on a gorgeous, mainly sunny day. She called me to come and look at the only two clouds in the sky that looked pretty but unusual. We stood there for a few minutes looking at the two clouds and thought that they were unusual enough to warrant a photograph or two for the album, as it were. I took what was meant to be a few pictures, but upon looking at them afterwards, I had eventually put my camera in burst mode. Right. Which is like a shutter mode where it takes a picture every second, or whatever it's set to. And one of the pictures actually turned out to be a burst of 100 frames with a view to delete in most, if not all of them. I looked through them prior to deleting, which then I chose not to, and noticed that frames 16, 17, 18 of the burst sequence had a white dot on them in the different positions on each picture, leading from above and lower of the cloud. The white dot will be a lens flare, why not? So where's the white dots? Can't quite see it there, so let's save it. Okay. Well, the sun's there, so you'd expect the white dot to be down here somewhere, probably. Breaking through the trees. Cloud has a wee dot there, but it's part of the cloud. It's amazing what people submit. Can't see it there. You think they would circle it on picture, so we know where they're thinking they're seeing something. All I see is that one there, where the tree behind is breaking through the cloud tree cover. I'll just save that one too. I should have opened it. Which one was it? Well, it looks like it's definitely behind the tree branch there to me. And that's movement, it looks blurry. So he moved a wee bit then. Ah, could it be that? Okay. Which is in line with it being a lens flare. Whereabouts was it going? I can't see it now. Oh, there, I think. It's this lens flare. It's at the edge here. I think that's what we're looking at. So it should be here too. Oh, here it goes. I thought he said it was on the bottom right. Yeah, whereabouts did you say it was? Different positions. Lower right hand cloud. Right hand cloud. Moving upwards to the right over the 3 pictures. That's because he's moving the camera. So yeah. That's this lens flare. It's strange people don't understand that. Because you got a glass, right? You got glass in front of the sensor. So what you do is you get because it hasn't got quite in frame there, it's just slightly off the sensor. It looks a bit whispery. Which is actually the outline of the sun on the glass layer of the camera. So, might have to wrap up soon, my throat's going again. What else we got though? That one. September the 13th, South Carolina. What's this one saying? So I wasn't going to post here, but then I saw another one, and this time was able to get proof of what I saw. 3 months ago I was driving in the little city area where I live and was going uphill, and I see the Walmart and parking area and something high and bright, high and bright I think it means, in the sky that caught my eye. The sun was setting, so some of the sky was darker. So there's a clue there. It's setting. He's probably aiming at the sun setting. So what do we got? Okay, the sun's below. So again, we got some sort of lens flare happening. That's why you need a video. This looks like lens flare. We'll just save it anyway. This is pretty typical for MUFON stuff. Balloons, lens flare, birds, bugs. Gets kind of tiring after a while. Looking at this stuff for 3 years, so you can see how MUFON investigators see. So it's around the wrong way here. There we go. Could be anything, couldn't it? It looks kind of cloud-like, even. Could it be just like a cloud that's sort of forming or disappearing? Doesn't look much different than this over here. That one's less sunlit. So yeah, not much we can do with that one. Again, it's a shame that we can't see the status closed as what was decided to be. What's this one here? TR3B. We'll look at that one first. September the 12th. RVO. RVRO. I'm not sure how you say that. Looks like it's a screen capture of a photograph on his screen. Not the original. Why would you do that? Or he's photographed the screen of his computer. Weird. Why would you do that? Again, this looks like it's going to be a bird or a bug, doesn't it? So, doesn't say much. Only was walking by. It's got random stuff here. The object standing still and pulsate and vanished into the sky with emanation. Whatever that word's meant to be. Maybe 15 G's force. Oh, you can see what MUFON's going to close that one as possibly a hoax or something. Could be dirt on a windscreen. It looks like it's on the road here. Another hoax. Oh, it looks like a bug, doesn't it? Well, it could be a bird. Could be the head and the wings to its side here, as it's sort of diving towards the trees. So that's what we call a UFO. Could be a bug, a fly, flying past, close to the camera. Or it could be a bird heading towards the trees here. Could try and enhance it, I guess. Open. So let's resize this up. It's not the original photograph on the camera. This is a photograph of a screen. Well, it looks more like a bird again. You can make it look like a UFO. Make it look more like a UFO. Let's plug in the speed of the CPU. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do much with this one. It does look like it's got a neck. CPU is plugging a bit. And I can't get the smooth thing I want. Yeah, it does look like a neck coming out here. I'd say that's a wing close to the body and tail feathers here. Oh, look. No, it's going crazy on me. So yeah, that's a waste of time. I don't think you can enhance it actually. Let's see what happens. You know, all the high-tech cameras we've got now, and it's still the best we get. The enhancement is bringing out some details there. Definitely looks like a head. And possibly a beak, you know. And looks kind of like it could be a seagull, maybe. So that's definitely bird-like. Beak, body, tail feathers. And it could be a duck. Almost looks duck-like. And the feathers would be here. So it's close to the body. So I think that one there proves it's going to be a bird. What else we got? Hey, we got someone joining us. How's it going? Now, what's the time in America now? It must be getting around about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. On a Sunday night, so people would be going to bed, I would have thought. Cali time. Oh, right, California. Tonight. Yep, 11 o'clock. No, yeah, 11 o'clock or not. 21, no. That's 9 o'clock, isn't it? GA. I should put space in. There we go, 9 o'clock. I suppose people will be going to bed though. For work tomorrow. So what was this one here? We'll look at a couple more. Been going 2 hours and 44 at the moment. Right, looks like a time lapse. Good one. Nice picture though. Another time lapse. And we got time lapse flares happening. Oh, look at that one. What's that we're looking at? So LEDs and what is it? What would do that on long exposure? That looks like it's been edited, surely. Let's just save that one, have a closer look. Hello? Anybody out there? Okay, so let's open that one. See, you wouldn't get that detail on long exposure, would you? It should be a blur like these lines down here. Someone's done some Photoshop. Why would you submit that? I was taking pictures on a 10-second exposure of the moon and lights in Black Rock City. Didn't notice the thing until after I went viewing because both pictures either side do not have star wobble, so there was no camera shake. Whole set of 3 pictures, a total of 40 seconds. Included picture from before and after shooting the moon, the street traffic. Didn't see the thing in the pictures. So again, was he talking about the lens flare? Yeah. Is he talking about that? That looks like the moon. It's probably the satellite passing above. Lens flare, from what I can see there. Satellite or star. And doesn't seem to have moved much. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know if MUFON would bother with that one. Pixel UFO. Okay, what else we got here? This one here, TR3B. England. September the 17th, 2012. And only reported September 2 days ago. Timeline: 2003, hundreds of hay bales covered in strange symbols in cornfields, shrouded by farms. 2005, black triangle flew into the area completely silent without a sound. That's kind of strange. So is he saying he's on a farm? 2006. So why has he not got any pictures of the symbols on cornfields? So is he talking about crop circles? But he talks about hay barns here covered in strange symbols. So why wouldn't you take a picture of that? 2006, friends knew powerful connections in America, including astronauts. One black triangle craft surrounded by 3 huge spheres. Anomalies sighted over Rochdale. 2016 humanoid figure photographed nearby where back to 3B flew into cornfields. So we've heard stories like this before. What's her name? Chase from MUFON was investigating a crop circle in cornfields when a black triangle flew overhead of her, apparently, or her cameras failed. Being a MUFON investigator, she didn't have any on tripods further away, and they took off running back to the car, and they all stopped to see this alien grey standing in front of them, and we didn't get a picture of that one either. That would have been the smoking gun evidence from MUFON investigator, which would be so-called trusted source, so it would be treated as a fabrication. So yeah, unfortunately we got no evidence of her story either, but this sounds very similar to her story. Whether someone else has heard the story and repeating it, who knows. I don't think there was any spheres with her triangle, but there might have been. Humanoid figure, 2018, unusual snow prints discovered during blizzard. Sent to the Ministry of Defense. 2019, cattle mutilations, sheep. Sent to all the Pentagon, Defense, NASA and space agencies. So what does that mean? So we just got this clearly photoshopped, badly photoshopped, of a house flares with the photoshopped around the edges here. So it would have been good to see some of those halved barns that they're talking about. We've got and the footprints. Was it 3-toed? Because that's what alien greys are meant to be, isn't it? Strange symbols on hay barns could have been some practical joke. So who knows? So I wonder if they got some more photographs. So MUFON guy, we have to phone up and ask about this one. I wonder if we ever get any extra information about it. Yeah, what other pictures did they say they had? Cattle mutilation pictures, probably. Doesn't sound like they got a picture of the triangle because they photoshopped one. Humanoid figure photographed. So they reckon they got a photograph of a humanoid, so why haven't they put that up? They obviously want to keep copyright of it, probably. That's the problem with MUFON. You have to give away copyright. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to crop the photo so you only see the head or something and upload it so we can see what it is. And they got copyright of the full image. You can scale it up and stuff if they want to come and investigate it further. Well, we're coming up to 3 hours, and I don't think anyone would have been watching this far anyway. We've got a light in the sky there. Looks like a bug close to the camera. Or bird. Another blurfo. You can see, like, it's got something coming out. It looks like a bee or something, doesn't it? It's got some antennas there. He was taking pictures of clouds and didn't see the UFO, the usual thing, because there's a bug that flew into the shot. Black object, I thought it was a bug, but resized it, was way in the distance, blew it up, and saw a peculiar image on the 1.5 second live photo feature. You can actually see the video of the object. It travels at a high rate, which is a small thing in front of the camera, moving fast. Sharp angle that is impossible for a drone to do. I have footage. I think it's a bug. He's taking screen snapshots here using some program. So it must be very small because I can't see it myself. Plus it's near trees, which is habitat for birds and bugs, of course. And of course, whenever you've seen a UFO that's got what looks like wings at the side of it. Oh, here we go. So we've got a rough idea how big it is. And whereabouts it was in the main photos that we didn't see. And you can see it's only a few pixels, really. We'll have a quick zoom in of it. So it's round about there somewhere. Open it up regularly. So it's around here somewhere. I can't see it now. That be it. Right. Oh. Hit the wrong button. Whereabouts was it? Oh, I was in the black bit. Well, that changes it a wee bit, doesn't it? Looks like it's got antennas there. There's a bug. Possibly a bee. So it's up in this cloud here. Oh, there it is. Whee! Oh, that one's clearer. Obviously beaten wings. Let's have a quick play with it. Where's the other one disappear to? There. Okay, there it is. Yeah, let's see if we can enhance it. Can't really. Let's see, looks like the wings has moved there though. You can see, it looks like the antenna wings have moved on a slightly different angle. Let's try sharpening it. So it looks like it's got like you know how bee wings go, like a pear shape. The other wing we can't quite see, and it looks like an antenna coming out that way. But it looks like it could be still a wasp or a bee or something like that. Hey, we got Forrest suddenly join us. How's it going out there? He's joining us. We're just almost about to finish. Always the case. More people come along. So where's the other one that we want? Pop a picture. So we can't quite see where it is. It's up here. Really small pixels. This shows the quality of the phone cameras now. They're 12 megapixels or higher. Really just pop out some stuff that is really small, obviously. How's it going? Who have we got? Hey, how's it going? Just got off work and clicked on. Alright, you work evenings, is it? Whereabouts are you? California? 9 o'clock over there at the moment. Yeah, I've been going a couple hours. No one wanted to join me today. But that's alright. I didn't really have much to break down, apart from Third Phase of the Moon stuff. So you can go back and watch that if you want to. So, did I paste it yet? Or was that the same one? I better make sure I get the right one. Copy. Paste. Resize. I can hit the right buttons. And there we go, that's that one saying what he got. And you can see wings and antenna, and he's saying it's not a bug. But you can see here we've got the tear shape, but we'll just amplify it. See if we can bring it out better. Right. You're on the other side of America, which is 3 hours ahead, isn't it? So, yeah, 9 o'clock California, that would make it 10, 11, 12, yeah, 12 o'clock. I'm getting used to the time zones over there now. So let's flip hue, see what we can get to pop out. It's a wee bit better. We'll start to see the shape of the cleared wings there. I'll just try sharpening it first. Where is it? So many functions on this. So we've got the same settings we used the other one. And definitely can see antennas. I think it must be a bee because the body looks kind of stubby. Bee head. Or some type of fly. So if you overlay them now, you can see how much the wing movement has moved. Better scale it down. There you go, side by side. So that wing there's moved up, that one sideways is also moved up. The antennas, can't quite see. It's always fun playing around with this overlay. Let's see if my CPU lets me. Now that one's a wee bit too transparent. So we'll try some of the other ones. Additive. Whoa. Can't quite work. Color dodge. Not much better. Darken. Oh, there we go. Probably that one there. So I think it's a bit too small. So it's definitely moved positions as well, rotated. There you go, and the antenna's moved there. I don't know why people would think that was a UFO, right? Definitely can see it's got movement in the wings. What did you say again? I'll just get it to read out. Why can't I hear it?
I was taking photos of unusual cloud formations that were way in the distance and high up. After I examined the photo, I saw this black object, and I thought it was a bug, but realized it was way in the distance. I blew up the photo and saw a peculiar image. On the 1.5-second live photo feature, you can see an actual video of the object. It travels at a high rate of speed in a sharp angle that is impossible for a drone to do. I have the footage and images. The body appears dark black with antennas. The speed and angle are weird. The object was very high up in the distance. Those trees are way high up, towering in the distance.
No, it's just a bug close to the camera, I think. So you wouldn't be able to see that because you see how much I had to zoom in to see that. So it's a bug that sort of flew into frame, probably. We probably can have a look.
Watch the top corner as the object comes in.
So it's a woman. Well, let's have a look, see if we can see it. But we know it comes in either that way or that way. I think it looks like it's flying that way. So she's edited it, so she's talking about over top of it. Well, I don't see it in frame yet.
Here it comes.
Oh, there it is. Come on into frame now. That's a bee, probably not quite close to the camera this time, but at a certain, let's see. Yeah, you can see it's coming down, flying towards the trees. Where's it gone now? Oh, right here.
Sends, goes past the cloud, goes, and disappears.
Yeah, I think it's a bee, probably a couple of 100 feet above near the tree tops. It looks like it's fire up, but it's probably not, coming down in towards the trees because, as you know, honeybees feed off the flowers of trees mostly. People think they feed off all flowers. They don't. Bumblebees are needed to fertilize plants like tomatoes. Bees are not interested in tomato plant flowers because my dad's a beekeeper. They mostly pollinate fruit trees and stuff like that. And you might have heard of Manuka honey. It's a particular tree in New Zealand that's meant to have special chemical properties for health benefits. And I must admit, I do take it when I got the flu, and I do feel better. And so there's something extra in the flower nectar that the bees collect from the trees. So what do you think on the side there? Looks like a bug to me. Yep, a bee. That's good. That's good when everybody agrees with me. Of course, there's less problems then. I suppose I better wrap up soon. What's the time? 4:30. I don't think there's any other interesting photographs on that page. We've been through all of them. What's this one here, maybe? Again, it's going to be something in the distance or close to the camera. There's a long explanation. Very long. So I'll get to that reading out while I have a look at the picture.
Was on the way home with my son after a baseball game in Trenton, NJ. We take back country roads when possible to avoid traffic. At AX 9:20 p.m. on Tuesday night, September the 10th, 2019, we were heading home on Windsor Neville Road in East Windsor, NJ. My son, age 27, said, "Dad, look at the lights." I looked to the right and observed four snow-white, brilliant lights. Just above tree level at the end of a very large farmer's field. Location of lights were actually in Millstone, NJ. I only observed them for 3-4 seconds as our view became obstructed by closer woods and homes ever so often. To me, the lights appeared to be in a horizontal line with the front light slightly higher than the rear light. My son did tell me that when he first observed the lights there were only 2 of them, then the third and then the fourth. I do not know what happened to the lights after that, as our vision was blocked as stated above. I returned to the area in daylight and drove around. It is all farmland and trees with some homes in the area. Not overpopulated. I saw no light towers or anything unusual that would have been a source of this kind of light and shape.
Well, I can't see anything above the tree line. So far. It's got me. So we'll have a look at the next photograph, I guess. So what have they done here? Looks like they've taken a portrait. Is there a landscape one? Still can't see anything obvious. Tree tops. It's a bit out of focus there too, doesn't it? So that means the focus is way down here. The camera's autofocusing somewhere down here probably. Although that looks out of focus a bit too, doesn't it? So where's the focus point? Focal point. So it looks all blurry. So typical spud cam. But yeah, I don't see anything there still. I think that one's different. Oh no, I've already got that one, haven't we? Let's see. Oh, it's come with one on the end. Already got that one. So how many photos are there? That one we got. And what are we looking here? Proof of where they were, maybe. I don't know. That's it. Yeah. What do we do? Isn't that one? Where's it disappeared to? Should have deleted some of these other ones. Okay, there. I should close down some of that. Old CPU's peaking up a bit. We're sort of doing quite a lot here. It's still hanging around about 30%, 20%. Depending on what I do on the editor, of course. So, yeah, I don't know where we're going to be looking. Above the tree line. Well, I can see it looks like the sun's behind the clouds there that will create camera artifacts, right? We'll just go along. It looks like it might be something there. I'll just see if we can see it. And like I said, it's either going to be close to the camera or far away. No. Let's see. Okay, it looks like he's got some beehives on the land there. White boxes. You think they would have circled what they're looking at. It's clearly not obvious. Oh, I need to move it along. But you'd think it'd be centre in the frame if they're taking a picture of it. Yeah, I don't know. Spend a lot of time looking at this stuff, don't we? Let's have another look further up. There's the sun, obviously. So we'd expect some artifacts here from lens flare. I can't see any. Could it be that? Looks like clouds to me. I don't know, guys. You might have to help me out with that one. New Jersey. I'll post the link to it down the side. Clouds. Obviously, they watch too much of, dare I say it, Secure Team and Third Phase of the Moon. If anyone can see what I'm missing, let me know. Heaven to the lights. I returned to the area in daylight. I drove around the farm and trees with some homes in the area. Over populations, and I saw no light towers. So really, they're just pictures of the daytime of where they saw the sighting. There's no images in there after all that. That's what he's saying. So there's another useless eyewitness case. Well, we saw no towers, that's for sure. So really, they should have really edited the photograph and said where they saw the lights anyway, but obviously they saw it at night time, didn't they? Which again could have been drones, someone flying a drone around in a paddock, above the tree line there, they were saying. And what do we got here? Plane contrails again. Screen snapshots. Oh, cool. Looks like a plane contrail to me. Yeah, what have we got here? Could be a bug or bird. But went to the plane contrail though. Okay, what's he saying? I'll do this last one, I guess. It's taking longer to play. I think my internet's slow.
Maybe you interest something about a portal to another dimension doesn't look sensational. I accidentally got it. I suspect the light is not lightning or spark because it is singular with the beginning and end being read. And share it. The RR video, the original format. This event occurred on December the 31st, 2017, around 6:22 to 6:29 p.m. in the city of Bandung, Indonesia. Thank you. Greetings, Keith.
Okay, so he's saying it's a portal. Why is the images so small if it's of a video? Has it been edited? Looks like it might be a big file too. Let's see. Yeah, it's not playing. Might have to be one of those you download. And if MUFON used like a cloud server, right, and set it up the same way Google does with their Google Drive, it would automatically cache it so you could play it like a YouTube video, and also download it if you want to analyze it properly, instead of using their half-baked setup they've got here. UFO Stalker is a nicer interface than the horrible database it got, but it's still very slow, as you can see. So how big is the file? Is it downloading? I don't think it's done it. Oh, maybe it has. Alright, so I'll see if I can play it onto the. So why didn't it play it when I was playing it on the browser though? Kind of weird. Yeah, it's too big though. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, that looks like a bug reflecting off some light passing the screen. I don't know, let's see if we can figure it out. Probably have to slow it down a bit. Can't see the black bits you're talking about. in the photograph. I'm not going to play now. Bigger. Now, what kind of camera are they using though is a question. Come on. There's got to be a camera on slow shutter speed or long exposure, right? And we're getting a bug passing the screen here with some light shining off it. Like you get on security cameras, right? On night mode. They leave the shutter open a bit longer. 1, 2, 3. So more light shines into the lens. Of course, it creates these rod shapes. Did he say what sort of phone it was? It's not real pictures. He's taking it from video frames, so that won't be any good to us. Looks like he's played around. That's the original. And these ones probably been edited, is it? What do you think down the side there, guys? I'll post you the link to it anyway. Did it work? Nope. I agree with you. Right, okay. Probably a bug also, yeah. Where's it getting the light source from is the question. Is there a street map behind? So we don't know. Because he hasn't taken photographs where he was standing and done a 360. See if we can download this one. I'm not sure what these ones are. I think these have probably been played around with the editor. Look at it's downloaded already. Okay. Alright. So he slowed it down, right? And zoomed in. And what we're seeing here is compression artifact, the dark objects that we saw. Of whatever he did. Right, there it is there. I think you can even see the segments there on that one. Even that's pretty badly done. So you can see it's brighter here. And it's flying away, so it's getting dimmer. And further away it disappears. Out of, what do you call it? Cameras can only see so many pixels, so it got too small before it reflected the light back. Wasn't enough for it to see it. What do you call it? Distance of something rather. Can't remember what the terminology is now. I suppose I've been looking at this too long now. Need a break. But yeah, you can see here, it looks like some sort of insect that's reflecting light going away further. And it's blurred because it's motion blur and long exposure. And it looks like it's probably, what did he say? Evening? Twilight time? But I don't see any portal there. That he's talking about, UFO portal. So what's he done on this one here? Let's download that one too. But I might wrap up now, guys. After this. But I haven't done MUFON stuff for a while, so we've probably done a good... Oh, we did an hour of MUFON for September. So he's brightened this one. There you go. And we get some artifacts here of clouds behind. It's really at pixel level there. Don't think that was a bug, the black thing. What's going on here? I just want to play it now. Looks like it speeds up as well. It almost looks like it's shooting a laser beam. It could be two insects flying together actually. First one goes down and the next one follows it soon after. Right, you can see it breaking up now. But yeah, it's his own edit, so I don't trust it. I think that's this artifact there from compression on the cloud, that dark bit there. I think he's saying that's the portal, but you can see it actually went past that. Not in it. It didn't go into it that direction, it went right past it. Anyway, I suppose we'll end it there. And we'll catch you next time. Suppose, I'm not sure if we'll be doing something midweek, but you never know. I might feel like just coming on and chat. If anyone wants to talk about the UFO sightings and paranormal stuff, join my Discord group, which again you can find by clicking on that icon up here on the channel, and we can arrange for you to come on and talk about it. You can also share video, pictures, whatnot on Discord, and we can use the voice rooms there if you want to come on and talk. So that could be something we can do midweek. Thank you for what you're doing, that's no problem. Portal to the beehive. Yeah, maybe it's related to the other video we were looking at. So yeah, that's it, I guess. Go back and watch the beginning of it when it finishes processing. You know, when Google finishes processing, the side chat comes up, and then before then it plays what it stream captured, and it ends up being really glitchy. So you best to wait till the side chat comes up and put it into HD 720p so you can read the fonts and stuff. So give it an hour or so. Lately it's been really slow. 2 hours is the maximum I think I've had at worst. So yeah, I'll say good night, guys. Thanks for those that join me and support me, and I'll catch you again in the middle of the week maybe, and Saturday with Robert doing some old cases. Please like and share. It doesn't cost anything to do that. Good night or good evening or good morning to some people.